Hey everyone, welcome to a new tutorial. In this tutorial I will show you how to crochet the Tulip Hexagon Throw. What you will need is lion brand wool ease in the colors that you like and crochet hook size 6mm. For the smallest blanket you will only need one ball of each of the 5 colors and 3 of color natural heather, and for the tallest size, which I'm making, I needed 2 balls of each of the 5 colors and 5 balls of natural heather. Here you can find an overview of the measurements for the 3 different sizes and the amount of yarn needed for each. It also shows how to arrange the hexagons, and for more details on how many hexagons to make, check out my free written pattern. Start with one of the colors that you chose for your blanket and start with a magic ring. We will now work 18 double crochet in the ring, and instead of chaining 3 as my first double crochet, I will make a standing double crochet as following. I twist my hook like this, pull up the yarn over, pull through the both loops. So this is my first double crochet, and now I will need to make 17 more, so a total of 18 double crochet. So I now have 17 double crochet, and I will show you a trick. So start the last double crochet and pull up yarn, then close the ring by pulling the strand. Make sure that the gap is closed, and then work with both strands, because this way the end will be woven in. So now I just continue finishing the stitch with both strands, and as you can see, you won't notice that you're working with a double strand. And then we will slip stitch in the first double crochet, and if the tail end is long enough, you will continue working with both loops until there's no end left. So now you've woven in the end, and believe me, this is going to save you so much work. So this is what round 1 looks: 18 double crochet. So if your strand is long enough, you can continue working double stranded, and otherwise you can just cut it off here. In round 2, we will start with a double crochet, and again I will start with the standing double crochet as my first stitch. Then we chain 1 and work another double crochet in the same stitch. Then we will skip the next stitch and work a double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet in the next stitch. And we will continue doing this for the entire round. So we skip the next stitch, work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next. So I'm now working the last double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, and then we will skip the last stitch. I work a slip stitch in the first double crochet, and then work a slip stitch in the chain space. And this is what round 2 looks like. Okay. In round 3 we will work a puff stitch in each chain space and gap. So we pull up a loop and just start working the puff stitch by pulling up loops 3 times. Then we yarn over, pull through all loops and chain 1 to secure the stitch. Then we chain 1 and move to the next space. So it's not really a chain 1 space, but it is a gap. And we just work a puff stitch in here as well. Oh, and it looks like I'm making 2 chains, but that's because the first chain is to close the stitch and the other chain is a real chain. So we continue doing this for the entire round. Work a puff stitch in each gap or chain space. Chain 1 to secure the stitch and then chain 1 because you really need a chain. Continue doing this for the entire round and I will see you at the end. I am going to work the last puff stitch in the last gap. Chain to secure the stitch and chain 1. And then we will slip stitch in the first puff stitch and a slip stitch in the chain space. So this is what it looks like. You will now have a total of 18 puff stitches. In round 4 we are going to work a treble crochet, and for this I decided to just chain 2 to gain some height so they don't count as a stitch and you won't see them later. And then we work a treble crochet in the chain space. Then we chain 2, work another treble crochet in the chain space. Now we are going to work 3 double crochet in each of the 2 next chain spaces. 3 and then another 3 in the next chain space. So this is one side of your hexagon. In the next chain space we will work a treble crochet, chain 2 and a treble crochet. So this was a treble crochet, chain 2 and another treble crochet, and this creates the corner. So this is a corner and this is a corner. Then again 3 double crochet in the next 2 chain spaces, and we will continue doing this for the entire round. So we make a corner by working a treble, chain 2, a treble, and then 3 double crochet in each of the next 2 chain spaces. So continue doing this and I will see you at the end. I just finished the last double crochet, and we will then slip stitch in the first treble crochet, and then we will change to natural heather, and I will show you how to make a color change without having to weave in the end. So we will slip stitch in the chain space, but instead of finishing with the color you're using, you will grab the new color and finish this slip stitch with this color. And then make sure you have a long tail end, but not too long because you don't want to waste yarn, but this should be fine. And we will make a knot to secure, and then another knot. So just make a knot, nothing scary here. And then you will put the strand that you don't need anymore over the stitches, because we are going to stitch over the strand, And then, like we did before, we are going to work double-stranded until the tail end is gone. In round 5, the last round, we will start with the standing double crochet, and this time the double crochet will be double-stranded because I'm weaving in the tail ends. And then we work another double crochet in the same chain space. And don't forget to work over the strand. Then we chain 2 and work another 2 double crochet in the chain space, which is the corner. And then we are going to work a double crochet in each stitch until we reach the next corner, where we will work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And until we reach the next corner, I will work over the strand. So just work a double crochet in each stitch. Almost there. The last double crochet. Then we work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the space or in the corner. Chain 2, 2 double crochet. That's it. First side. Now you can just simply cut the yarn. And again, no ends to weave in. So we are going to do this until the end of the round. Work a double crochet in each stitch and work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in each corner. I'll see you at the end. You should have 12 stitches on each side. So when you finish your last double crochet, you will slip stitch in the first double crochet and then in the chain space. And then you can simply cut off the yarn and you only have to weave in one end. So this was the hexagon. I will now show you how to make the half hexagon. And I will now show you how to make the half hexagon. Don't worry about the shape, it looks a bit, well, not straight, but once you seam it together, it will go in the shape that you want. And it's better to have a little bit of extra stitches here than when it's too tight, because now it's more flexible. We will start with a magic ring. And then we will work 9 double crochet in the ring, and I will start with the standing double crochet and then 8 more double crochet. We now have 8 double crochet, and again I will use the trick of starting the last double crochet, then closing the chain by pulling the loop and finishing the stitch with 2 strands at the same time. So I now have 9 double crochet. Then we will turn our work and work a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet in the first stitch. We start with the standing double crochet and chain 1 and another double crochet in the first stitch. And then I will simply cut the yarn here. We will skip the next stitch and work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next. We will repeat this to the end. Skip 1 and then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We will skip the next one and end with a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the last stitch. We will turn our work and start with a puff stitch in each chain space. Chain 1 to secure the stitch and then chain 1. Then work a puff stitch in the next gap. Chain 1 to secure the stitch and chain 1. We will repeat this to the end, so work a puff stitch in each chain space or each gap. I will see you at the end. So I just finished the last puff stitch. You will now have a total of 9 puff stitches. So we will turn our work and we are going to work a treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet in the first puff stitch. So I will start by chaining 2 to gain some height, but it doesn't count as a stitch, and then work a treble crochet. And then we chain 2 and work another treble crochet. Then we work 3 double crochet in each of the next 2 chain spaces. And then in the next chain space we will work a treble, chain 2 and a treble. And then in the next 2 chain spaces we will work 3 double crochet stitches. And then in the next chain space a treble, chain 2, a treble. And we will end with 3 double crochet in the next 2 chain spaces. And we will end with a treble in the last puff stitch, chain 2, and we will start the last treble, but we won't finish it because we will grab the new color, natural heather, and finish the stitch like this. And again we will make a little knot. And we will work double stranded and crochet over the mustard color. The last row we will start with a standing double crochet and work another double crochet in the chain space. Don't forget to crochet over the tail end. We will then work a double crochet in each stitch across. And in the corners we will work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And then you can cut the yarn. We will now continue working a double crochet in each stitch and then 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the corners, and then I will show you the last stitch. So I just finished the last double crochet and now we will end with 2 double crochet in the last chain space. And that's it. I will now show you how I join them. I already did most of the blankets. And to make it easier, I am using a photo or a screenshot on my phone and I will mark the things that I've done. So what I do is I always start in the chain in the corner. I will pull the yarn. And to save me some yarn, I will keep the ends short but long enough to use it. So we'll make a knot to make it extra secure. Then I will insert my hook in the front loop of the first stitch and in the back loop of the other stitch. Then we will make a slip stitch and I will immediately weave in the end by using 2 strands. So I will just make a slip stitch with both the working yarn and the tail end. And then we move to the next stitch and I will insert my hook in the front loop and in the back loop. Make sure to grab both strands and pull through. Now this end is woven in and will save you some time. Now I just continue working a slip stitch in each stitch, my hook in the front loop and in the back loop. Also make sure to use a loose tension. You don't want the stitches to be too tight. And I'm at the end and I will always end with the chain in the corner. So I finished the yellow one and then I will grab my phone and mark that I finished this one. So I will continue working in the chain and in the chain. Let's see. 1 second. This is the second chain. And now I continue working slip stitches. And I will end with the chain and the chain. And now it's time for this one, which will come here. I will work in the chain and in the respective chain and continue working slip stitches. Basically this is what I will repeat. So I will work all the stitches until the end of the blanket, and meanwhile I will make notes of the ones I finished. And I will see you at the end, where I will show you how to weave in all the ends and also how to close these gaps. I will now show you how to close these gaps, and there's no wrong or right way to do it. I will just show you how I do it. I decided to work from the right to the left, and here as well from the right to the left, because I experimented a bit working from the left to the right, and the ribbing will look differently, and I just liked the way it looked when you work from the right to the left. So what I will do is I will find the center loop. I will pull my yarn through, make a knot. Don't leave the end too long, because you know I don't want to use too much yarn. And then just insert my hook in this loop, and I will locate the chain in the corner and insert my hook in the front loop. And I will find the other chain and insert my hook in the back loop. And then I will make a slip stitch, but I will use both strands, because this way I won't have to weave in this end. And then I will go to the next stitch in the front loop and the next stitch in the back loop. Try to finish the stitch with both loops. And then I will just continue working slip stitching. And when I'm at the end, I will work in a chain. And then I will cut the yarn, but again, don't leave it too long, but also not too short, because you need to weave it in later. And I will now show you how I weave in the ends. So I will just go under these two loops, and then in the back loop of the chain. And I will just go under the thread to make a little knot. So after making a little knot, I will grab my hook and pull the strand backwards. And then I will just weave in the end here. Usually I go to the right, and then I go to the left, and then I go to the right, and back to the left. A little bit like this, and then I just pull, and then your end is woven in. So yeah, go ahead, put on a Netflix show, close all the gaps and weave in all the ends. And that's it. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments which yarn and colors you are going to use. Hope to see you next time. Bye!